initial thoughts were maybe there was an altercation, it was personal, so, stay to the ground until it's over. But then we heard additional rounds going off. We just continued to hear gunfire, and I just remember thinking, when is it going to stop? Because if it was personal, usually that shouldn't last too long. So I just kept hearing gunfire over and over and over again, and it kept getting louder, closer, and I can actually start to smell, I don't know, I guess it's gunpowder, I'm not sure. It kind of smells like when firecrackers go off. So everyone in the stall where we were all trying to just be as quiet as possible. We didn't want to attract attention, but the gunfire kept getting closer and closer. And at one point, everyone was just like, shh, be quiet, be quiet. And that's when bullets start going through the stall wall towards us. I was hit with my foot, my left foot, my right knee. I thought it was shot the third time, but it ended up being a graze. My friend who was with me was hit as well, and his injuries were worse than mine. And overall, there was just a lot of blood, a lot of people were hit, and even some fatalities which were apparent almost immediately. So the shot stopped. The gunman leaves to the other bathroom that was adjacent to us, and we hear more gunfire, more people screaming. At that point, we were just trying to be as quiet as possible because we didn't want to attract him back to us. I was bleeding. My friend Jeff was bleeding a lot. I was on the ground in a pool of blood. I wasn't sure whose it was, but I felt like it was my friend's Jeff because he was hit right around here. I can see a bullet hole right here. He was sweating, just looked overall really weak and in bad condition. And my thought process was, do we stay here and wait for the shooter to come back, or do we try to leave? I decided to, little by little, drag myself underneath the stall to exit the handicap stall where we were. Once I got out of there, I saw that there was a body in front of the door on the opposite side. I didn't see anyone else around, so I couldn't walk, so I had to drag myself out of the bathroom toward the bar area where I was initially, and until I actually saw the face of a police officer. So when I finally saw an officer, I had my cell phone in my hand and I started waving the light so that he can see me. And at that point, the officers instructed me, lift my hands, drop whatever I had in my hands, and they instructed me to drag myself toward them. I yelled, I said, there are people shot, people who were killed in the bathroom, we need your help. But they weren't coming near me. They just told me to drag myself toward them. So once I got, close enough, a couple of the SWAT grabbed me by the arms and dragged me outside. And at that point, I was just telling them, my friend was shot. There were several people there who I believe are dead. And there are at least 15 people in there. We need your help. We need someone to go in there. And at that point, they asked me instructions on exactly where the bathroom was. And after I told them, they put me in an ambulance and brought me here. So thankfully, I heard eventually that my friend Jeff, he was in critical condition, but as of last night, he's stable. And our third friend, miraculously, she didn't even suffer any injuries, so she's doing very well. But I'm just grateful to be alive because after seeing what occurred, I don't even know how I'm alive today. So that's pretty much what I know. For me being a gay man, going to a club like Pulse, it's kind of like a safe haven because you can't go to just any old bar and be who you are because there's hate everywhere. So when you go to a place like Pulse, it's not so that you can be promiscuous or anything like that. It's because this is your safe zone. So I've never in my life imagined that I would be going through something like this. And now that it has occurred, I can't say what's going to happen. Whether or not I'm looking forward to going to another club, no, not at least for now. But definitely it puts things into perspective, what's important, what's not important, and makes you think twice about what you're going to do with your life.